Hey, what's up? This is Coach Cheney, the Complete Athlete. And first of all, I want to thank you guys for watching my channel and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please take the time, man, and smash that subscribe button, man, ASAP. It really helps spread the word about the channel. You know, like I said, man, I just thank everybody who watches the channel and who subscribe to the channel. I thank you. I appreciate it, man. So, hey, check this out. I really want to talk about this today, and it's going to be short and sweet. But I want to talk to the guys who've committed in the 2021 class, the guys who decided to commit to a certain university. They sent you the letter saying that the commitment was good, and you're deciding on whether to sign in December or February. Now, listen, a lot of you guys have committed to the universities sight unseen. You haven't been on campus because of COVID, you know, things of that nature. And you haven't, you know, got to feel, you know, for the atmosphere. And you know, there's a lot of things that you have not been able to do. Your parents haven't been able to go on an official visit. You know, usually they'll fly you up, put you in a hotel, wine and dine you, kind of let you see what's going on. All right, so I say all that to say this. There will be a lot of elements that are exactly the same at any university you pick as a incoming young man, incoming freshman coming from high school. Now you got to understand, you got to know this, because I went through it. I got several friends that went through it. I know a bunch of people that went through this stuff. It's not gonna be a vacation-like experience. Get that out of your head, man. You know, the worst thing I think about recruiting is what the coaches have to kind of display to you. And not all coaches, but a lot of coaches have to really kind of kiss your ass to make sure that you understand that you're of high importance and you're a talent and they want you on your team, and that's cool. That even happens in the job world. People kind of, you know, try to sweet talk you to come and work for them. But guys, listen. Going into this thing, let's just break this down. You have probably 100 people on that roster, and yes, they need recruits. They need to bring great people in, and they need to develop you and all that stuff. That's not an easy, glamorous process. You're not used to waking up certain times. You're not used to lifting weights certain times and certain exercises. You're not used to certain practices and the pace. You're not used to having a college academic load. You're not used to being away from home. There's a lot of things that you're not used to. But think about it like this. Whenever I go through something hard, I always think, am I the only one that ever went through this hard situation? You're not the only one. There's hundreds of thousands of kids that have done this and got through it and have had hard times, have not got playing time, have fought their way back to playing time. There's a lot of kids that go through this. But the first, you know, if you're having a rough patch, which you will have, you can't be ready to get in the transfer portal. Because the grass always looks greener on the other side until you hop that fence and get on the other side. So this message is to my guys signing scholarships, and even guys who are in college right now. It's a tough deal. It's not, you know, the number one thing that's guaranteed in that deal is if you do what you're supposed to do, and if you're not, you know, causing trouble in the program, breaking rules, you're going to be guaranteed a free education. Now, I always said this, and I tell my class this when I teach in school. The number one debt in the country used to be credit card debt. Credit card debt was the number one debt in this country for years. Now it's student loans. The number one debt in America is student loans. Student loans are backed loans by the government. So you have to pay those loans back while you're in the working world if you can't get a scholarship. All right? There's a lot of people who get their wages garnished. It's a bunch of people that get their tax return taken because of student loans. Guess what? If you're a football player on scholarship, you never have to worry about that. You get to get a free education. You get to network with all the alumni. They don't care if you play or not. Hey, that guy's on the football team. I want to get to know him. Guys, you got 4 or 5 years to really change your life for the next 40, 50 years. But you're worrying about playing time, or they switch my position, or they're not treating me fair. Okay, maybe they're not. Maybe it's true. But it's something like, I liken it to being a roach. Man, roaches are in mansions. Roaches are in the projects, and roaches are also in mansions. They just keep showing up. They come out with pesticides every year to kill roaches. They're never going away. They'll be here till the end of time, till this earth blows up, and they probably will survive that. That's the mentality you got to have going into college as a signee. You got to have a roach mentality. I'm going to show up no matter what. Okay, spray me with pesticide. No, it hurt my feelings. Oh, it don't matter. I'm going to be at weights in the morning. I'm going to class in the morning. That builds trust in you as an athlete. If a coach can trust you with the small things, he's going to be able to trust you against the University of Florida. Guys, I'm seeing that entitlement deal all coming up again when it comes to our athletes. And I am not going to blame the recruiting services and the people who give out stars. Like, that's easy. It's easy to blame them. But parents, I got to kind of blame you a little bit. You got to make sure that your son or your daughter understands that this football thing, or this sports thing, or this taking it to the next level thing, scholarship thing, is not going to be easy. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be days where you hate it. It's going to be days when you want to come home. So let's get out of that stuff, man. Let's get out of that, hey, I'm special, I'm VIP stuff. All right? This thing is serious, and you have a free education on the line. Can't promise you nothing with football. Can't promise you nothing with being an All-American or going in the NFL. We can't promise that. We hope that you strive to do those things. We hope that if you work hard enough, you understand that those things will come. But if they don't come, sitting on a free education, man. All right? And guess what? Free education don't guarantee success. All right? But what it does is it puts you in a percentile to where you can access certain things, you can access certain jobs. All right? So build those relationships in college when you get there. Understand that it's going to be some pros and cons and some heartaches, and you won't want to come home days. There's going to be a lot of them. But guess what? If you take that roach mentality, if you show up every day, things will work out. Things will work out for the best, and you'll be like me. You'll have your team chaplain from 30 years ago sending you information and inspirational things to help you through your adult life. So guys, that's what this thing is all about. Look at my last video about relationships. This thing is about relationships and being smart about what you're doing. Okay? Being smart about who you hang out with. Being smart about what you say on social media. This thing is being smart, man. So I know people preach to you a lot, man. I know you're a big time athlete and all that stuff, and I get that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, man, that athletics is a means to an end. All right. You can only survive off athletics for so long by themselves, the sport. All right. But what you got to make sure of, you got to make sure you build your relationships, because you'll become a 50-year-old like me, and you can still lean on certain people that you treated well, that you paid attention to, who may not have been a player on your team, but they may have been a student or somebody you rode the bus with or somebody you sat in class with, who becomes that doctor or that lawyer or that guy. And people don't remember what you did for them. All right? People remember how you made them feel. Okay? So always remember that. Hey, man, it's Coach Chaney. I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Complete Athlete, man. This is trying to address every athlete, male, female, sport. I want to talk to parents, Pop Warner kids, you football coaches, whatever I can do to help you, man. Hit me up. And people in South Florida, man, y'all take care of yourself. I know it's a storm brewing. But, hey, thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate it. I thank you, man. If you never ever needed anything, hit me up in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, Coach Chaney96. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Hit me up, man. Hey, y'all have a great Sunday. Coach Chaney.